Hello YouTube, this is LimitlessGriever here. It is currently 4 in the morning and I finally decided I'm going to go ahead and start this blog up. I've been procrastinating this for quite some time now. I've been having some trouble with getting low replay to work, and I really wanted to get some background video for this and everything, make this look all nice and fancy and all that good stuff. But it's whatever, I got everything going now, obviously, and I just want to go ahead and start my introduction blog. So I'm just going to go ahead and start this blog. I'm just going to go ahead and say this blog is about my experiences and my struggle to get through bronze ranking in League of Legends. And I've had a lot of trouble with getting out of bronze. For anyone who's actually known me has probably known my struggle as well. I've been playing League of Legends since since season 2, and I'm still in bronze. And I've been playing ranked probably about 10 to 15 ranked games a week at least. And on my larger league sprees, I'd say I'm probably playing between 30 and 40 ranked matches a week when I'm really trying to push for it, and it's just not going anywhere. So that's why I kind of wanted to go ahead and make this blog and kind of explain my experiences and explain it and kind of share with the people who are also having the same trouble, because I know a lot of people are having a lot of trouble getting out of bronze rank as well. So I figured this would be a good way to kind of collaborate with people and kind of get other people to understand that you're not alone when it comes to getting out of bronze. And I kind of wanted to go a little bit into that and kind of explain, what's happening in bronze and why some people are stuck in bronze, why some people can't get out of bronze, and hopefully in doing so, I'll kind of find a way to get myself out of bronze and progress forward into silver and into gold and so forth. So in 11 days, the season 4 is going to hit, and it's going to change a lot of things. And I'd really like to get out of bronze before then, but I highly doubt I will. I'm really pushing for it, but it's not going anywhere. So currently I'm in bronze 2. I was placed in bronze 2 during my provisionals during the ELO reset back in series 2 to 3, and when they switched from the ELO system to this metal system that we got going right now, and they placed me in bronze 2, and that was good, I suppose. And at that time, I think I only had like 200 wins in PvP, so obviously I wasn't really that seasoned at the time. I'm sitting at around 600 wins right now for non-ranked PvP, and I'm sitting at about 150 something games for ranked PvP. And so that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. I was in bronze 1 for some time, but now I'm no longer in bronze 1. I got pushed down to bronze 2 after a couple bad games. So pretty much everything that I've worked on for the last 2 months, 3 months getting out of bronze has really taken me nowhere. So I'm back to where I was before, and it's very frustrating. I'm sure a lot of you probably having the same feeling right now, whether you're in bronze or silver or gold. The feeling and frustration of dropping down ranks after working so hard to get to it is very frustrating, especially when it's not even your fault. So let's just kind of go over a couple things. First off, ELO hell exists, and I know a lot of you people, now when I say you people, I mean higher tier, higher ELO players will say that there's no such thing as ELO hell, and I detest that, and I disagree with it. And I know a lot of you people probably have more credentials to say, oh well, there's no such thing as ELO hell, and a lot of people that say that probably have experienced ranked games on multiple accounts. For example, I know Dyrus has quite a few people, a few characters that are high tier. I'm pretty sure Wild Turtle has like 5 accounts that are in Diamond right now, or Challenger, I don't remember now. A lot of professional players have jumped past that. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of counter argument that by saying that a lot of you players that actually do have those high ranked ELOs that have bypassed it and say there's no such thing as ELO hell are probably at the skill level required in order to just massively carry their team, and in doing so, they jump from their provisionals, their unranked provisionals, and do their 10 wins, and they get immediately jumped past ELO hell, as you would call ELO hell in the traditional sense, and bypass that and get into silver and sometimes gold. And jumping that quick allows you to get past that rut that a large majority of League of Legends players are. And now looking at the statistics, Bronze 3 to Silver 4 is where probably about 60% of League of Legends players that are playing ranked currently sit. And that's because that is what I think a lot of people would consider ELO hell in the traditional sense. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say two things. First, there's two types of ELO hell. The first type is the traditional sense of, oh, well, ELO hell is the very bottom of the ranked system, and the only people that are in ELO hell are the people who are trash, and they run down people that are trying to get out of the ELO hell and make it impossible for you to escape. That is the original, that's the basic fundamental concept of ELO hell. The second ELO hell is the ELO hell that you are in. And the ELO hell that you are in could be bronze, it could be silver, it could be silver 2, it could be silver 1, it could be gold 2, it could be gold 5. It doesn't matter what rank it is. The ELO hell in that other sense is the ELO hell that everyone that you're playing with is currently on your skill level, and you cannot progress because you are not a better player. Now, this is kind of a complicated argument simply because being in this specific ELO hell is a little bit more sensitive in a way, because it's not saying that you're better. It means that your team collectively is not better than their team collectively, hence the reason why you are losing. Now, progressing out of this ELO hell is impossible. And the reason for that is because you are in the ELO that you have earned. If you cannot get out of bronze 3, or if you cannot get out of silver 3 or silver 1 or whatever, that simply means that that is where your skill level sits. That is where you and everyone else that are equivalently skilled sit in that ELO. Now, you could go on and say that you play at a tier level that is similar to, say, a bronze 2 player, or I mean a gold 2 player. I keep going to bronze 2, I don't know why. But you could say that you're in that rank, but who are you to say that you're actually playing at that skill level if you are not actually there yet? So if you were playing better and you're better than everyone else, you would not be at that place, or in the place that you're in right now. Now, I would say that that is where I'm at, which is why I cannot escape bronze, but I really don't think that that's the case, and I don't think that's the case for a lot of people that are in bronze. That kind of ELO hell is a higher tier ELO hell than the traditional sense, and that's simply because the bottom of the bottom with bronze has everyone from the people that are fresh level 30s that don't even know how to support, don't know how to ward, don't know how to freeze lanes, don't know how to push, and so forth. Those players don't understand the fundamental concepts of the game yet, and therefore they drive down the team because they're typically fighting against people who do know what they're doing. And as a result, that opposing team is going to win, and your team is going to lose simply because your team is not as intelligent. And being in the low tier bronze, you are stuck with that, and there's nothing really you can do. You can try to carry your way through, but I've had games where I'd go, 30-0 or 30-2 or something like that, some insane number, and still not win. And there's kind of two fine lines with that, where you have the part where you're playing at your skill level and you are dominating in every single game. And as a result of you dominating and going 30-0 or whatever the case is, you are now starving your team. And so your team has no way to get up to the feed in order to play the game against the team that you're against. Now, the problem with that is League of Legends is a very simple game, especially if you're playing like top lane bruiser or something like that. Very simple mechanical classes like Master Yi or Tryndamere, or very simple classes and champions. Those characters is basically just a right click and win kind of situation. I mean, there's a lot more to it, obviously, because that is how League of Legends works. It's a very technical game. But in the traditional sense, those classes, those champions that fit those roles, they are not as difficult to play. And so if you starve someone that is a bad player, but can't also get the feed to make their simple design class work, then you're still going to screw yourself, even though that you are 30-0. It's like, oh, well, I'm 30-0, and why am I losing? Because everyone else in your team has 3 kills. That's why you're losing. So I try to stay away from that, and I try to not associate myself as one of those players that say, oh, well, I'm 30-0. There's no reason why I should lose this game, or I should be in bronze because every time I play ranked, I play and I go 22-9. In the back, I'll go ahead and play a video that I just frapsed up and clipped up and made some funnies and stuff. I'll have that playing in the background where I played Annie and I went 22-9 in that game, and I absolutely dominated the entire game. But it did not matter because I starved our jungle, and our top laner was trash, and our AD carry was not very good. And as a result of me being so incredibly fed as playing as Annie, every time that I died, for I think the first 5 deaths went to their AD carry every single time. And as a result, they were getting shutdown bonuses every single time. And so Caitlyn probably gained a bonus 2,500 gold just off of my shutdown bonuses alone. And as a result of that gold being transferred to their AD carry, they ultimately won the game simply because she wasn't overfed. She just got fed from the right people at the right time. And as a result, she was able to carry the game. But Caitlyn is one of those characters that don't really require a whole lot of skill because her range allows her to stay in the far back and right-click champions and make sure they die. And as a result of the feed being allocated to a very specific champion that's very simple to play, goes back to my original statement of certain champions being able to carry games just because they are simply that champion, like Master Yi or Tryndamere or Jax or whatever. And that was kind of one of those situations. So I just want to kind of elaborate a little bit more on those kind of things during this blog. This is kind of going to be a longer blog just because this is kind of an introduction blog, and I just kind of want to explain a lot of these things and kind of get a feel of it. So I just want to kind of explain a couple things, and then I want to kind of hear what you guys' feedback is. I want to do some tutorial videos and some replays and that kind of cool stuff, just to kind of get a little bit more variety on this channel, just not me just being a talking head and blabbering about Bronze 5 or whatever, any bronze gameplay, and just yell at my team and say, oh my god, why do they suck so bad? But I will say that often I lose games simply because a player is a fresh level 30 and they may have maybe 100 wins in PvP, and they think, oh, well, I already broke 100 wins in PvP, I should be totally fine to go into ranked, and they have like 9 champions. And so they just buy a bunch of 450s just to jump into ranks, and then they're no good. And those are the people that end up feeding. Those are the people that end up screwing it up for us that are trying to get out of bronze or trying to get out of our provisionals, and we can't place at a higher point to get out of the ELO hell. Those kind of things are what's screwing me up right now. So on that note, another thing that's really messing things up is I think this week alone, I've had 4 games where I had someone that just simply did not load in. And that put us at a massive disadvantage, obviously, because we were 4v5. Now, playing 4v5 does not always guarantee that you're going to lose, but it does really, really make it a lot more difficult, especially when the opposing team is actually playing like seriously, and then that usually makes it very difficult to win. So AFKs are really screwing me up, and they're not getting me out of bronze. And then the worst one is the people who argue over playing mid or playing top or whatever, and then as a result, because they didn't get the role that they wanted, they just feed. And that is probably the worst out of all the things that could happen. And I see that happen all the time. I'll see someone go, oh, okay, well, I'm second pick, so I'm going to be, no, sorry, actually, let's make a better example. Let's say you have a first pick, and they say, or someone chooses, they ask, can I play mid? And they're like fourth pick or third pick or whatever. And they go, sure. and then the first pick doesn't say a damn thing, and then just insta-locks mid, doesn't communicate with the team or whatever. Because of that, the third pick that wanted to go mid gets pissed off, and they end up feeding because they don't know how to play support, because that's all that's left at that point is, oh, well, we have to have a support, no one else is playing support, so I have to go support, so I'm just going to feed. And those are probably the worst, because they screw up the game really hard. They make it very difficult to basically drive yourself out of elo hell, because people are just they refuse to communicate. And so those are the problems that have often arisen as of recent. And I think it's getting worse. I don't know why. I think everyone's just getting a little bit more antsy and a little bit more pissed off because they all want to get out of bronze because the season's about to end and they want to get their rewards. And as a result, though, a lot of people are playing seriously try hard, and I'm seeing some huge plays in bronze, and that's pretty cool. I do like seeing larger plays. I do like seeing people playing at a more competitive level, because that's really why I wanted to get out of bronze to begin with. Is just because I don't like the idea of me going 22-4 just because I'm basically eating people alive, but I still can't play a game. I still can't win games because my team sucks. So that's really my inspiration to get out of bronze. But there's not too much I can do about that. But anyway, this vlog's rolling pretty long now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end it here. Go ahead and leave your comments. Tell me what you want to hear, what you want me to see, any kind of advice, I suppose. I mean, I've looked around for a lot of advice on the internet for what to do. Doesn't matter if it's champion related or gameplay related or whatever. I've seen a lot of that kind of stuff. So if you have anything that's really useful to contribute for it, you can go ahead and analyze my gameplay if you want. I don't care. I'm not amazing. I don't like brag to say oh, I play at bronze level, so or whatever. You can go ahead and just tell me what I'm doing wrong. If you point something out, that's fine. I don't care. Constructive criticism is always good, but don't be like, oh, well, you suck. Whatever. I'll just delete your comment. I don't care. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Good luck in solo queue. Later.